I hope you're all very fine. Now today in this video, we are going to study about the longitude and time. Welcome to the video. Without any delay, let's begin. Now this is the content that we have already studied. The latitudes, the important latitudes, longitudes, prime meridian, time zones we are going to study today. Heat zones we have studied. International dateline, I'm going to mention that. What is the relationship between longitude and time? Normally, measuring time is by the movement of Earth, the Moon and the planets. If you take Sun as an example, whenever Sun rises or sets, we keep the time according to the Sun. When he rises, we call it as a day, morning. When it sets, we call it as night, evening. Now, when the prime meridian of Greenwich has the sun at the highest point in the sky, all the places along this meridian will have a midday or noon. If you take this 0 degree as the prime meridian, if the sun is above this one, that means all the places located on this meridian will have a midday or noon. As the earth rotates from west to east, those places east of Greenwich will be ahead of Greenwich time and those to the west will be behind it. Because of the rotation, right? It is from west to east. So, those who are east of Greenwich will be ahead of the time plus, and those who are west to the Greenwich will be behind. Now, how to calculate the rate of difference? Now, this is not a rocket science. I'll explain very easily. This can be explained very easily. Now, in this picture also you can see, in the PPT slide also you can see, Earth rotates 360 degrees in 24 hours. Yeah, that makes a day. Why 360 degree? Because Earth is a sphere. Now, if you take that one, if it is 360 degree in 24 hours, that is 15 degree in 1 hour. So, in 1 hour, it rotates 15 degree. Now, what about 1 degree? What is the time required? That is 4 minutes. Right? 4 minutes, it rotates 1 degree, or in 1 minute, it rotates 15 minutes. Subunit of degree. Now, every 4 minutes, the sun moves 1 degree, right? That is 60 minutes in the sky. 1 degree, 60 minutes in the sky. Now, let's come back to here. Now, I've explained this here. Do not get confused, dear ones. When it is 12 noon at Greenwich, at the time 15 degree east of Greenwich will be, I told you, if it is east, it will be ahead. If it is west, it will be behind. So it is 15 degree means 1 hour. It will be 1 hour ahead of Greenwich. So if it is 12 p.m. in Greenwich, to the east of Greenwich, 15 degree will be 1 p.m. If it is 12 p.m. in Greenwich, to the west of that is 15 degree west of Greenwich will be 1 hour behind, that is 11 a.m. Similarly, at 180 degree, it will be midnight when it is 12 noon at Greenwich. So if you take this line as 0 degree and the other line, circle, no, it's a circle, it's not a straight line. The other part of the line would be 180 degree and that would be midnight. Noon, midnight, 24 hours. At any place, a watch can be adjusted to read 12 o'clock when the sun is at the highest point at the sky. Basic thing. It's a midday. Now that time shown by the watch will give the local time for that place. The places, if there are places following or on the longitude, they will have the same local time. Right? Where am I leading to? I'll explain. Now this is, I told you, I'll mention about the international date line. It's just a line, international date line. It's an imaginary line also. What is the significance of international date line? We will not touch it here, but I will tell you about that one. Now, why do we have standard time? This is our country. Now, before getting to the time, I'll tell you the extent. What is the extent? What is the extent of our country? Now, if you take from north to south and west to east, right? Now you should notice one thing. Complete India is in northern hemisphere, right? We are in the northern hemisphere. So all the latitudes will be in north direction. And we are in the eastern hemisphere. We are to the east side of 0 degree longitude, that is prime meridian. So all the longitudes will be in east direction. Now these are the basic things that you should know. Right? Now I'll come to the extent of India. Now if you see the extent of India, this is 8 degree 4 minutes north, to 37 degree north. Still north because we are in the northern hemisphere. Good. Now this is 68.7 degree east to 97.25 degree east. This is our eastern extent, that is west to east. Now in these longitudes and latitudes, our country is placed. Now I told you already that our country, the extent of this is nearly 30 degree, right? The local time of places which are different meridians are bound to differ. For example, it will be difficult to prepare a timetable for trains which cross several longitudes. Look at the longitudes, it's 30 degree. Nearly, if you take 1 degree 4 minutes, 30 degree would be 30 into 4, that is 120 minutes. So we will have the difference of nearly 2 hours in India. Here it is 6 a.m. so here it will be 8. No, it is because the sun rises here first. It is west to east, so if it is 6, it should be 8 here. It doesn't work that way, right? In India, for instance, there will be a difference about 1 hour 45 minutes in the local time, nearly 2 hours. Dwarka in Gujarat, Dibrugarh in Assam. If you take Dwarka here in Gujarat and Dibrugarh in Assam. Now, this 82 can also be written as 82 degree 30 minutes east. Right. Now, this exactly divides India into 2 time zones where it comes at nearly 15 degree. Right. It divides India into 2, not 2 equal Indian parts, but time. You can calculate the extent between west to east is 30 degree, and the half of 30 degree is 15 degree, and if you add 15 here, it will be somewhere around 83, that is 82.30. Now this passes through Mirzapur in Allahabad, UP, and the time on this longitude is taken for the whole of India. That is why it is called as the Indian Standard Time. Why? Because it is equal to here and equal to here, right? It is in the middle, neither ahead nor below. It is equidistant. That's why this is taken as the Indian Standard Time. It is also known as the Indian Standard Meridian or Standard Meridian of India, right? We'll move ahead. Now it's a small example. Kabir lives in a small town near Bhopal. He tells his friend Alok that they will not be able to sleep tonight. A day and night cricket match between India and England had started at 2 p.m. in London. Remember, it's 2 p.m. That means the match would begin at 7:30 p.m. in India and finish well into the night. Okay, this should be... Okay, this is right. Okay, p.m. Do you know what is the time difference between India and England? Now, India located east of Greenwich at 82 degree 30 minutes east is 5 hours 30 minutes. 5 hours 30 minutes ahead of GMT. So we are plus 5:30. So it will be 7:30 p.m. Oh, it's a day-night match. I thought it's a day match. Okay, it's a day-night match. That means if it is 2 p.m., if it starts there, we are way ahead of them. So it will be 7:30 p.m. It's noon in London, where for us it is almost evening. Some countries have a great longitudinal extent, and so they have adopted more than one standard time. For example, Russia, it's a very big country. It has 11 standard times. Likewise, the earth has been divided into 24 time zones of 1 hour each. And each zone thus covers 15 degree of longitude. Right. Now that brings to the end of the chapter. I'm very sure you will have a lot of questions to ask in this one. With the use of pictures, I would able to explain this. Probably live in the classroom, I would be able to effectively explain you more on how the time calculation is done and the significance of the international dateline. Don't worry about that one. I'll make a separate video on international dateline tomorrow, even though it is not there in your chapter. For curiosity and knowledge sake, it is always good to know what is the international dateline is. Guys, as always, there is small work here. It's a diagram of the globe showing the Earth's axis. This one already done. Some of you have done it, painted it, and have shown me. Very well done. And there is another activity for fun. You can do this in your free time. So that brings us to the end of the chapter. Probably this is the last chapter before the classes will close. So I'm not going to take another chapter. I'm going to clear the concepts that have not been cleared to you. After this video, the group will be open for discussion. So you can come back to the group and ask your questions or else answer my questions based on the content. So thank you for watching. As always, remember, the next video will be about the international dateline. So if you have any questions, feel free to post it. Some of you are really good. You have a lot of information regarding this. You can post it also. So thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.